Coming to you once again from the Illegal Shift Studios. So I gotta quit drinking, man. My God, I got up this morning. I'm Dan Carroll, by the way. Thanks for watching. I'm not 100%.
You are definitely not.
But what a night we had last night. Dan Varner and the Varner Foundation for Children and Families just put on a hell of a show. And our host, Joe Mirnick, towards the end of the night started when we broke into his massive liquor closet. and we were doing shots. I don't even know what it was. There was about 20 of us standing around the table, and we're all doing shots.
And at that point, you didn't care.
That's what put the hurting on me. I got up this morning, and I would not have woken up had my wife not had her alarm set. And I looked at the clock, and I'm thinking, oh man, I got to get to the golf course. So without thinking, I just got up, put my golf shorts on, put on a golf shirt, started heading downstairs, looked outside, and the garbage cans were out there. The garbage cans go out on Thursday night. And I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute. It's only Friday. I swear to God, I thought it was Saturday this morning.
You lost a whole day. You did it absolutely.
I thought today right. Was Saturday. I thought I had to get to the golf course. and I'm like, oh, I got to get back in bed.
That's
so that.
Well, I could tell when you walked in here that you were not feeling a hundo.
Is it just me, or has this been a long day?
This
has been a very slow moving day.
After the night we had, yes.
But what a night!
But what a night! So worth it.
What a night for the Varner Foundation for Children and Families, and we might as well just talk about them right now because they raised a lot of money last night for the Varner Foundation, and the Varner Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit, and they work with foster care agencies around the tri-state area, and it enables them to help out in a hurry. You know, more than half the families that get involved in foster care, they don't make it more than a year because the financial strain just turns out to be too much, and that's where the Varner Foundation really helps out. And they work with these different agencies. If there's an emergency, you need a car repair. It could be medical related. It could be in. It's never the same thing twice. It's always something that crops up that can really put a dent in a family's finances and can really take a toll. And so the Varner Foundation, they work with these agencies around the tri-state. They make a phone call, maybe two, and whatever the situation is gets taken care of. And so all the money that gets donated to the Varner Foundation, every dime of it, 100%, and I'll drink on that one.
Yep, we'll drink.
Goes to the mission. I don't know how they do it, but you are not going to find many charities that are able to claim that. But that's what the Varner Foundation does. So if you can give till it hurts to the Varner Foundation, you don't have to give till it hurts. But really, the thing is, it can be a big expense or something small. So even small amounts help out, and they really do. So anything you can donate really makes a difference. You can make a difference in a child's life today. And the VarnerFoundation.org is where you go for that. And man, there are tons of celebrities out there last night.
What a great event. I literally turned around and smacked into Ted Karras's tit. Big pectoral muscle, huge man. He's a center for the Cincinnati Bengals. I turned around, I was like, "Oh shit!"
I know. I think you got a little chubby after that too.
I kind of did. I fanboyed a bit. Because I like him. He's just a very, very always seemed to be a nice guy, and then physically, getting to talk to him and got to meet his father.
Very cool.
He's going to be on the podcast at some point. So we arranged that, of course. We got a network while we're at these things. We
got to meet former UC Bearcat great Corey Blunt, also played many years in the NBA. He's going to be a guest on the program. The Xavier's head basketball coach Sean Miller was there, and what did they say? His podcast, the podcast he's doing, already has what 30,000 followers or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And I
was like, throw a few our way.
I spoke briefly with him, and super nice guy. Everybody there was throwing money, for a good cause. I'm going to throw one little bitch, and it's not anything to do with the event. It's the Karens that are in our fucking world. I don't know if you saw this, but on Watchful Eyes of Anderson.
No.
Somebody bitched about they had a drone show. I mean, all these drones, overlooking the Ohio River.
The drone show, that was the best drone show I've ever seen.
It was badass.
And I've seen not a ton of them, but of the ones I've seen, that one was very, very cool.
I haven't found it. I haven't seen it. I was just told about it, but I'm going to look at it, and then I should have name shamed had I got the name. But somebody bitched
about the drones?
Because the drones were out at like 9:00.
What can you possibly complain about? They don't make any noise.
Right. And we were playing music. Like there were bands playing. So it wasn't like it was a noise ordinance issue. Again, no noise with the drones. But yeah, somebody bitched on Watchful Eyes.
That was unbelievable.
They were scared. They were scared of the drones.
Scared of what?
Their fucking shadow. Apparently.
Look, Ethel, lights in the sky.
The ceiling's falling.
For God's sake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, our buddy Rick Barrick fucking said that he saw it on Watchful Eyes today. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Absolutely ridiculous.
I bet Pappas knows about it. I don't know what to call him. He's all over that social media stuff. But no, the drone, and then we also ran into the guy because I was at on the one part of the I don't know what is that, the veranda out there where the party was.
Yeah.
And there were some trees in my way, so I walked over to the other side, and there was a dude standing there by himself, and I mentioned something to him about the drone. He's like, oh yeah, I designed it. So we talked to that guy, and we're going to have that guy on this show.
Yeah, he was cool as shit too.
Yeah, and he's talking about all about how he programs them and even coordinated the fireworks.
I'm a drone nerd, but I'm not nearly that drone nerdy. But it's intriguing to me.
But fireworks and a drone show, and I told Varner, I texted him earlier today and said you put on one hell of a show.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that was great.
And again, like to your point earlier, raised a ton of money for a great cause, and happy to be invited to it. It was awesome. We had a great time.
Yeah.
I smoked too many cigars though, because I woke up tasting cigar.
I'm still tasting the one I had last night. And I did not. I had to go put a mailbox in for a lady today.
Oh shit!
And I sat there. I'm thinking it's raining outside. And I thought maybe it'll just rain all day and I'll have an excuse not to do it.
You're trying to figure out anything and everything.
I finally mustered up the strength to get out there and put the mailbox in. And it came out pretty good. So I was very happy about that.
So I was rough. I was feeling rough this morning as well.
Yeah.
Slept in and woke up still hungover, even sleeping in. We ended up going to our friend Chris Short's house after the big party and continued to punish our bodies and livers.
Yeah, just like it was a weekend or something. Right. I think that's why I thought it was Saturday today.
But I mean, we had a great night, and our mornings were a little bit rough, but our mornings weren't as rough as our buddy Scotty Sheffer.
Is that petty? The strangest headline that I have ever seen.
It was weird
that Scotty Sheffer got arrested, and then they put his mugshot up there.
Yeah,
I mean, that was. I mean, you talk about bizarro world. And look, I mean, I'm
super fast too. Like it was out there.
I'm not buddies with Scotty Sheffer, but what I do know about him is, the guy, he doesn't go run out in the bars all night. Did his wife have the kid? Did they have I think he's had his first kid.
Yeah.
He talked about, when he was getting ready to win. What was the last major? It was the Masters. And as he said, my wife goes in labor, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's a major championship.
He is a subdued millionaire celebrity.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he spends a lot of time in church or whatever, but I wouldn't be surprised.
But he's subdued, and you don't hear about him. So I woke up and a buddy of mine texted me, and he's like, "Do you hear about Scotty Sheffler?" I'm like, "Fuck no, dude. I'm like still like trying to get the cobwebs out of my face right now." But I saw this article with it, and we'll get into what actually happened. But it was funny because the fact that Louisville is hosting at Valhalla the PGA Championship, and a celebrity gets arrested, right? Well, then the governor, you don't hear this very often, where the governor and the mayor start chiming in versus, just an incident. I don't care who you are, but the fact that like the governor of Kentucky is now talking about it. So this article reads, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear and Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg released statements Friday after a pedestrian was killed and Scotty Scheffler was arrested before the second round of the PGA Championship. The first headline that I looked at made it seem like it was tied in. They were not. Two different incidents.
Yes.
But the way the media fucking portrayed it, it was like Scotty Scheffler killed somebody at first. When I just quickly glanced.
Well, yeah, because that was assault. I'm thinking assaulting a police officer. And I thought, you got to be kidding me,
right?
And so there was a period of about an hour or so where there weren't a whole lot of details about what happened, and then slowly I turned on ESPN and so they kind of started putting all the pieces together,
right,
about how it all went down.
Yeah, you got it. And as you know, being in the media business, the pieces fall in. Mm-hmm. You have to throw something because you got to be the first, right?
Yeah.
If you're not first, you're last. But as the pieces come in, and again, like I said, our buddy Kevin texted me, and I started looking at it, but I was like, holy shit, Scotty killed somebody, the way it read. But then once you read into it, you realize it was a separate incident. But I'm gonna go on the side of the first responder aspect of it. And I'm not going to obviously read this whole article, but I wanted to throw it up because it's one of many that I found. But when we're working auto accidents, and especially a fatality, cops have a job to do. It's a crime scene at that point until it's deemed not. But you have to, they have to draw shit out, but they keep everything, try to keep traffic flowing as much as they can. And the way I understand it, and Dan, you might know a little bit more than I do, he was confused on what directions he was given. One cop was waving him through.
Right.
Then he was told to stop. And supposedly, and I was trying to get our buddy Dexter Pitts on, who used to work for Louisville. I talked to him today. He's on duty, so he wasn't able to be on. He didn't know a ton about it, but he knows guys that were down there. But why a cop would grab onto a car, because he's hold on, where's it at?
Yeah, that's the part that's fuzzy to me about, and
it might have been one I fucking deleted.
I heard it explained as the officer attached himself to the car, and I don't know, that still doesn't make any sense to me.
Here it is. So he's, and I think a lot of these are probably going to go away.
Yeah.
But so Scheffler is officially charged with second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding signals from officers directing traffic. Why a police officer would grab onto a car or do any of that, and I wish one of our cops in here would correct me, I guess, but I don't think that's in your training, that you're physically, as a human being, going to stop a car. He fucked up. People fuck up all the time. So like when we're doing these big accidents or whatever, we have people driving through and we'll yell at them like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck? But it is chaotic. People see flashing lights, don't know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
And That's just human nature. And again, this guy being an unassuming celebrity, like you said, not in the news for, being, it's not like he was rolling into the fucking golf club all fucking hammered up,
right.
Pulling a bender before his second round of the PGA Championship.
Well, he was dry, and his attorney said this. Scotty was proceeding, and again, this is his lawyer talking here. Proceeding as directed by another traffic officer driving a marked player's vehicle with credentials visible. In the confusion, Scotty is alleged to have disregarded a different officer's traffic signal, which I can see how that would happen. You got multiple police out there. One guy recognizes and I think what he did was a lot of stop traffic on the road, but I think what he did was he got onto the shoulder and was making the turn into the club to get ready for his round. So,
and I could say, and our buddy Tim, who's a police officer, says you don't realize this stupidity of humanity until you direct traffic for an hour.
I'll bet.
Completely agree. Yeah.
So his lawyer says there was confusion. Scotty is alleged to have disregarded different officers' traffic signal, resulting in the charges. Multiple eyewitnesses confirmed he didn't do anything wrong, but was simply proceeding as directed. He stopped immediately upon being directed, never at any point assaulted an officer with his vehicle. And the lawyer says they'll litigate it if they have to make sure he's exonerated. But, it was just so weird hearing the name Scheffler and then a mugshot. He spent the night, being booked, and then there's a mugshot of him. It's so weird, man.
We're gonna have our buddy Rich from Engraved in USA make these shirts for us. And I encourage you, if we get this happening, free Scotty. It's just so funny to see. That was all fucking very, very fast.
Yeah.
The mugshot came out super quick. He's in prison orange. looks like what the hell was that show? Orange is the New Black. He's the new cast member of Orange is the New Black. But all this shit came. It's amazing how fast the media cycle will hit and how they grab stuff so fast. It was amazing to me.
But but then after all that, he goes out and shoots a 4 under par today.
Dude, he fucking killed it.
Yeah, so he's just couple 3 shots off the lead, and it's going to be an interesting weekend at the PGA.
Here, let me.
But unfortunately, and the bad part is that some dude who was out there walking got hit by a shuttle bus.
Yeah, that's
because I guess people were coming into the venue at that time in the morning. 5:30 or 5 a.m. and I guess they were coming in, and dude got hit and killed by a shuttle bus, and so that's why all the confusion was out there, because they were investigating that fatal accident.
So I'm gonna play this real quick.
All right, what do we got?
Fox News Earth, the number 1 golfer in the world, Scotty Sheffer, has been detained in Louisville, Kentucky, ahead of round 2 of the PGA Championship.
So the dust-up with law enforcement happened after a deadly car crash outside the gates of the golf club.
Valhalla Golf Club. So what happened? Todd Pyro joins us now with the latest. Was this a misunderstanding? What's the deal?
It appears to be a misunderstanding, but boy, nobody had this on their 2024 bingo card, guys. Police reportedly putting Scotty Scheffler in handcuffs ahead of round 2 of the PGA Championship. Here's what we know. ESPN reporter Jeff Darlington, who actually witnessed the entire incident, saying it happened, quote, after, like you said, Ainsley, a misunderstanding with traffic flow led to his attempt to drive past a police officer into Valhalla Golf Club. Now, Darlington goes on to say, quote, the police officer then began to scream at Scheffler to get out of the car. When Scheffler exited the vehicle, the officer shoved Scheffler against the car and immediately placed him in handcuffs. Now, we know that the PGA Championship has been delayed because of a serious car accident near the course. According to the Louisville Police Department, 1 person was killed in that accident involving actually a shuttle bus outside the golf club. It allegedly hit a pedestrian. Scheffler's incident was not related to that, but traffic is building in and around the area, rain coming down as well. Round 2 of the PGA Championship, though, was delayed, expected to resume in about a half an hour from now, 8:35 Eastern time. But Ainsley, like we were talking before we got into this segment here, Scotty Scheffler, world number 1. Everybody views him as like the poster child, like clean, no issues. So I mean, you hear a headline like this, your eyes open up and think, Scotty Sheffer, like we having a Tiger Woods repeat? Doesn't appear like that right now.
Yeah.
Fucking Tiger Woods repeat.
Yeah, but you know, there's video of him in handcuffs being walked away by the cops, and you know, it didn't look like, I mean, he obviously wasn't resisting or anything. There was nothing like that going on, so it was just an unbelievably strange story.
And our buddy Vogues said for them to stack so many charges on him, something had to have went south, and that's the shitty part is we don't know exactly what happened, what transpired. You know, whether he told the cop "fuck you" or whatever, I don't know. But so if the cop screwed up that bad, I don't think they would have charged him. So I mean, we'll see how it all plays out. Just like everything else, you know, a few days from now, a new news cycle is going to hit, and we'll figure out whether. It'll be awesome if he ends up winning it and say, fuck you, Louisville. Here I am. Won the PGA Championship. But yeah, it's, you know, to your point and to, you know, that Fox reporter, I mean, it's crazy when you see Scheffler.
Yeah, that was a very strange headline. And then
and a golfer for that matter. I mean, right, Robert, we had Tiger with his shit, you know, getting bashed in, you know, his back windshield with his ex and all the, you know, the DUI, all of that. But you typically don't see a bunch out of golfers.
Yeah, I mean, what a shock it was when we learned that Tiger wasn't as pure as the wind-driven snow.
Right. Weird.
And then the other golf headline, and it came, and the reason I sent it to you is because it came from the PGA Tour Twitter feed. And I looked at this headline, and it's talking about Rory McIlroy, who a few days ago, story came out he's going to get divorced from his wife. And this says, Rory's now ex-wife allegedly wasn't happy with how Rory golfed all the time. I'm thinking to myself, now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This guy is a multi-millionaire because he does what? He's really good at golf.
Right.
Where do you think the money comes from?
Do you like your purses? Do you like your vacations?
I mean, for God's sake.
Or as they would put it, holidays. Do you like your holidays?
Did she not know he was a golfer before they hooked up?
I meant to look into this because I don't know how long they had been together. I meant to look into it and I dropped the ball. But yeah, when you sent that to me though, I laughed because I didn't realize that he was getting divorced or was divorced. But yeah, when you sent that to me, I started giggling. I'm like, it'd be like Jill saying, I don't like the way the relationship goes because you're gone for 24 hours every third day. But yet, knowing that I'm a fireman and that's the way it works. Like, it's unfortunate, I guess. But guess what? She's still going to get fucking half. Unless he had a prenup. And I'd be curious to see if
I did read that he had a prenup.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
You know what? She can go fuck herself then. She got to live, do things that she probably never would have done unless she married another golfer. But maybe she's a country club badge bunny.
Wait, weren't you married to Rory? I play golf too. I don't think it's going to work out.
Oh my God!
But this says he had a prenup. Defense wins championships.
No true statement's ever been said.
But I mean, just think about that.
What
are you upset about? Well, he plays golf all the time. Well,
to support you,
and you should thank God
to support you and your spending habits, and maybe she makes her own money too. I don't know. I don't know who she is.
But there's a large portion of the year where he's not playing golf,
right?
And you know, during that time he's playing golf, you got to let it happen.
Facts.
I don't know.
Will Gray said it's not a country club badge bunny, it's a cart girl. Hey, guess what? You got to make a living somehow, I suppose.
Oh man.
What else did you send me? Oh, let's hit this one. I gotta find it.
Oh, okay.
This made me giggle out loud.
Can you imagine what if these things started flying around here? Could you imagine what
Oh yeah,
What, what the Karens around here would say about that.
We had drones, but yeah, this would be
Pigs out of the courthouse. Look at this. Oh, I love
fucking box truck.
Oh my god, perfect timing. Oh shit.
So the guy that did this is an artist, and he paints American flags all the time. But he goes on his social media and just rants. I mean, he cannot stand Biden. He loves Trump. And so he put the faces of Alvin Bragg.
They kept going.
Meacham?
He put the face of the Judge Enderone.
It's Alvin Bragg's face on the balloons.
And he put the face of the other judge on there who's here in the hush money trial right now. And he put them on penis balloons, and he's got these balloons flying all over New York City. I mean, look at that.
That is fucking hilarious.
These dick balloons out there. Yeah, there's the judge. That's the judge is here in the case now. And, there's Jack Smith. You can hear me saying "dick."
I still giggle when I open it up. When I open it up, I start laughing.
That's performance art, man. It's very cool.
And $1,500 he spent is what it said. $1,500, and guess what? All over social media.
He's a good artist, and his rants are great. I actually have his email address. I'm sending him an email. I'm gonna try and get it on the show. I'd love to have that guy on the show. And he's got the very thick New York accent, so he sounds like typical one of those guys.
Bosco said, "Does anybody know where Ant is? Conservative Ant from Failure to Stop. He's up in New York. It was probably him. It was probably him that did it." Oh shit. Oh, let's see. Hold on, I gotta clear some of this shit out.
All right.
I have so many fucking tabs open.
Oh yeah, you should play let's play the Neil Cavuto.
Got it.
Video.
That's where I was gonna go.
Yeah, this is Neil Cavuto, and then look, there's a lot of times that I'm not a huge fan of Neil Cavuto. I think he can tend to get on, I guess from my perspective, the wrong side of an issue. But in this case, he's talking to one of Biden's top economic advisors, and this guy, I've seen this guy on TV a bunch of times. Always talking about how great the economy is under Biden. And Neil Cavuto is asking him a very simple question, and these people simply won't answer it. And he calls time and time again. In this, what is this, like a minute and something long?
A little over 2
minutes. 2 minutes. But you'll get the flavor of this. I thought this was really good on Cavuto's part.
Darren, why does he keep saying that? You're its top you're the head of the Council of Economic Advisors. Do you ever whisper in his ear, Mr. President, just to be technical about it, it wasn't 9% when you assumed office, it was 1.4%. It got as high as 9% in 2022. You brought it down from that, but it was never, ever, ever 9% when you came into office. So why does he keep saying it?
Well, first of all, let me point out that in that very quote you played, the president talked about how concerned he was for households struggling with prices that he consistently
That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you.
So
why does he keep misrepresenting this?
He's making the point that the factors that caused inflation to climb to 9% were in place when he took office.
No, that's not what he said. He said it was at 9%. It would eventually get to 9% a little over a year after that. But the fact of the matter is it wasn't 9%. So if I can't trust him quoting data in real time, why should I believe what he's talking about now?
So the annual growth in core inflation in the second quarter of 21 was, in fact, about 9%. And his point about inflation down 60% off its peak is very much the case. So
no, it wasn't. It was not. It was not at that. So you're almost as bad as he is. Why can't you just say it was high? It got as high as 9%. You'd be accurate in saying that. And we have now brought it down, and we're struggling in around the 3% area. but it's better than it was. But instead, to hang
Listen,
it on his predecessor, that you inherited something that was through the roof when we were in the middle of COVID. It just seems to the American people, whether you're Republican or Democrat, you're lying. You're just lying.
Well, hold on. I hear you. The president was making the point that I think is unequivocally true. The factors that took inflation to 9% were in place when he took office.
That is not what he said, Jared. And you're a very smart guy with this stuff. You could just whisper. And he's a good friend of yours. Obviously, thinks the world of you. Many others do as well. You could have just told him, Chief, I got to tell you, Mr. President, whatever you say, you might even call him Joe. That's how close you are. Say, sir, it was not 9%. Stop it with the 9%, because the more you say that, the more people don't believe what you're saying.
Look, I think what the American people care most about is the fact that inflation.
The American people care about truth, Jared.
Hold on, Neil. This only works if you let me talk, okay?
You haven't answered my question. I've asked it 5 times, five ways.
The president was making the point that the factors that caused inflation were in place when he took office, and that's unequivocally true.
Right.
I take your point, and we can have we can go on all day back and forth on this.
But I mean, good on Neil Cavuto there. You're not answering my question. That's not the question I asked you. Right. And Biden he's done three separate interviews now where he said inflation was at 9% when I took office. And that's not even close to being true.
Right.
Not even close. And this guy, well, the factors were there when he was, and Neil Cavuto rightly says no. That's why is this guy saying this? And the guy doesn't answer the question. Here's another one. I don't know if we talked about it on our show or not, but a couple weeks ago, the Biden administration came out and said, we're going to start bringing in Palestinian refugees into the United States.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Egypt doesn't want these people. They built a huge wall there to keep these people out of Egypt. The other countries that surround Israel don't want these people. No one wants them. And so Joe Biden floated a program to start bringing these people here. Well, Corinne Jean-Pierre was asked about this the other day. And she started hemming and hawing around. Well, I don't have anything to announce on that. I don't want to get ahead of the president, and we just don't have anything to share with you right now. And I said, well, my translation of that is that it's already happening. We're just not telling you about it.
Yeah.
That they're bringing these people in. And so there was an incident at Quantico, Virginia, where a couple of guys tried to get on the military base there. And it turned the news media came out and said, well, there are a couple of guys with Jordanian passports. And a buddy of mine that used to work undercover for the CIA, spent a lot of time in the Middle East, has written a couple of books about that, texted me about this incident this morning. And he said, these were Palestinians. He's got sources there in the Middle East, sources at Quantico, that are telling him these guys are actually Palestinians. So I said, so I was right that they're actually bringing these people in already, but they're not telling the American people about it. So they're in this country, and it's not good. It is that this is not going to end well with bringing these people in. And you can call them refugees and escaping a war-torn area and all that crap. Bullshit. These are the people that voted to make Hamas their political leaders. Well, they voted these terrorists in the power. And now their life is a living hell. And just because they're going to come to the United States doesn't mean they're going to change their ways.
No, I agree. And the fact that everybody wants to come to America because it's a free country and this and that. Again, we've hit this at nauseum, but come in the right way, I'm fine with it. We do a background check, you're good. You're not a fucking shitbag. But yeah, they are bringing people in under the radar, quote unquote, that are, going to be living next door to me, you, whoever. And nothing good comes of that. Absolutely nothing good comes of that, because we're gonna run into something here in the next. My guess is the next 10 years, we're gonna have a big fucking problem, if not sooner. But we're allowing this shit to happen, and I don't care whether you're a Trump supporter, whether you're a Biden supporter, whatever. We've talked about it before. Bring it down to your local government and your state legislators who actually run shit, and get them to start policing this a hell of a lot better than what we're doing now. But we think it's okay to just bring these people in. Oh, they're refugees. Well, guess what? There's other countries closer to you that you could go to. You don't have to come here.
Yeah.
Plenty of countries around.
But they don't want them.
But they don't want them either.
Well, hell no, they don't want them. So here's the
and thank goodness the pier is done. The pier has been completed
now
by American forces.
That'll make it a lot easier for Hamas to get their supplies.
Exactly.
Because they sure as ain't going to go to the people. So the way that the New York Post reported this incident, 2 Jordanians who may have been doing a dry run for Al Qaeda or ISIS, arrested after allegedly trying to scam and then ram their way onto a U.S. Marine base in Virginia with a truck. Immigration and Customs Enforcement confirmed 2 Jordanian nationals are now in custody after being stopped at the front gate at the Quantico Marine Base. Marine Corps Base Quantico's Criminal Investigation Division arrested 2 Jordanian non-citizens for trespassing. So, again, there are a couple of dudes with Jordanian passports. But again, my sources are telling me that these were Palestinian terrorists who are, and this was a probing action, and they're trying to see how hard it is to get onto the base, and then once they cross that line, they gauge what the response is, and so that's it. It's an intelligence gathering operation.
Since he posted a message for you.
Oh, he did?
If you want to read it up there.
Let's see. It says, so then all Palestinians are terrorists. Well, the ones that voted to put Hamas in power are terrorists. Yes, I will say that. Does that answer your question? I think I was pretty clear about that.
I wanted you to see it directly.
I think I was pretty clear about that. Yeah, if you vote for, if you are in favor of a terrorist organization becoming your government, your leadership, you say, I want these guys in charge, and they're a terrorist organization sworn to wipe Israel off the map. Yes, you're a terrorist.
Don't disagree at all.
I mean, to my way of thinking, it's pretty cut and dry.
To my way of thinking, Tab
well,
8.
There you go.
Tab 8. God, I love that.
Got very reasonable rates at the bar here, so I don't like that.
Very reasonable.
God, I am nursing this beer too, man. God, I don't have a fever.
I'm just checking. I'm just making sure.
I know, but I am going to get another.
Yeah, will you grab me one while you're there?
Yeah, I'll make this trip to the fridge.
Yeah, please do.
In case anyone's wondering what we're doing, we got a little fridge under the desk.
Chiseling son of a bitch. Oh shit, where do we go from here? Oh fuck, I had some other things. I was very unprepared today. I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought I emailed myself some shit.
I think it's been a pretty good show so far.
Yeah, I had something I want to talk about and I fucking forgot what it was.
So I hold on. I put something on in my Twitter that I wanted to bring up.
The Twitter.
And I put it on my bookmarks. Let me see if I can pull this up here.
The Twitter.
Well, let me see if I can pull this up. Someone put out a timeline of Joe Biden as president, or actually during his.
Does he even remember it?
His entire time in. Oh, here we go. All right, hold on. Let me take a drink. And put my next beer in the coldie holder.
Can you email it to me?
Well,
I could show it. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
huh?
I like surprises. I don't know what it is though.
No, here we go.
Oh, I was
No,
good.
Kamala Harris put out a message for everyone today.
Oh, I think it's.
And here we go. She says, Kamala Harris on her vice presidential Twitter feed put this out 8 hours ago. Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and accepted for who they are. Jason Kiefer. On International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia, we continue our work to ensure that LGBTQI plus people everywhere are protected from all forms of violence and discrimination. How many days do we need for these people?
Well, first and foremost, I don't know why you said Jason Kiefer. The only phobia I have is clown phobia. I don't have a phobia about it.
Then you need to treat clowns with dignity and accept them for who they are.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'll punch you in the throat.
Maybe we should have our International Day of homophobia, transphobia, biphobia, and clown phobia.
To add clowns, yeah. Add clowns into it.
So it could be the LGBTQIC plus.
Do you remember? You remember when we had Lady Maga on, and he was sitting there. He was like, "I don't even know what all the letters mean anymore because they keep adding them.
Yeah,
they just keep adding shit, which is fine. Do your thing, all good, as long as it's respectfully and done right, and you live your life, and I'm going to live mine." But when Lady Maga was like, "I don't even know what half of those letters mean," and he's involved in that community, it makes. He was like, "Fuck! Next thing you know, we're gonna have fucking X and Z and whatever." And it's why we have to have. I agree with you. Where, how many days, how many months? I mean, you have June. You have you have Pride Month in June. Great, it's perfect. Do it.
Yeah, didn't we? Or Gay Pride Month is coming up in June.
Yeah.
Well, it's not in May.
Yeah, it's June.
I thought it's
June.
June is Gay Pride Month. Yeah, and then of course Easter Sunday. This past
he's acting like he doesn't know. He knows exactly.
Easter Sunday this past time was what was it?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Trans Day of Awareness or some shit like that.
It was. Yeah.
And I pulled up that whole list. I mean, they've got an entire month, and they've got all these different days throughout the year. I mean, you can't go, more than 8 or 9 or 10 days without it being some day of recognition for this community. I mean, enough with the affirmation already.
Well, now between that and then now you have all the protesters at the colleges where we can't have graduations because they're held up in a building.
Days for Palestine.
Dude, I love
butt sex on my mind.
Prime 99. I love it. Alex Stein.
10 stories high. I guess I will die because I can't fly.
Did you? Oh, fuck. I wish I'd have pulled. I didn't know we were going there, but I wish I'd have pulled it up. Song. Did you see him trolling the fucking college campuses?
No, I didn't.
All right. Well,
did he make a video?
Keep talking for a second. make some banter.
All right. Now hold on. So here's the other one. This is a timeline of Joe Biden's time, 5 decades in politics. It starts at 1973. Biden enters politics. Then you've got nothing until 1977. Biden fights to keep schools segregated because allowing blacks to integrate would create a racial.
Sorry.
Okay. Then 1978, nothing. 79, nothing. 1980, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, nothing. In 1998, I thought there was going to be something there. There's nothing there. Let's see. We go all the way to 1988. Ended presidential campaign after getting caught plagiarizing. So that was a milestone. So those in the time that he's been in office, he did those two things. Then you go through 1989, 1990, 1991, 92, 93, nothing. 1994 writes the crime bill. And we all know how that worked out.
Right.
It ensured that a lot of black individuals would be locked up. And then he gave a speech today pandering in front of the ACLU. Let me see. 95, 96, 97, nothing. 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, nothing. 2008, nothing. 2009, nothing. 2010 eulogizes Robert C. Byrd, the former KKK recruiter, as a friend and mentor. So this is why I don't pay any attention to lectures from this guy when it comes to race. This guy is a hardcore racist, and he's got a long history of doing stuff like this. And I've played many times on my radio show clips of him talking about Robert Byrd. Then we go 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, absolutely nothing. 2016 called service members stupid bastards. 2017 to 2020, illegally retained.
I call you that every day.
Illegally retained and disclosed classified materials after his vice presidency when he was a private citizen. Then we go to 2020 to 23 when he became president. And here's some of the highlights of the Biden administration. Botched the Afghanistan withdrawal, left $80 billion in military equipment behind for the Taliban to use, record high spending bills, energy dependence gone, and he depleted the strategic petroleum reserve because gasoline prices were shooting through the roof. And that has not yet been refilled. We've got open borders, surrendering American sovereignty, record number of illegals crossing the border, record high inflation, record high gas prices, $200 billion to Ukraine. Classified documents were discovered that he had been hiding for a long time. Of course, no charges for that. Then don't forget, we had the cocaine in the White House. Remember that?
Oh, no. Don't know anything about it.
He's been working to normalize pedophilia.
We got rid of it.
Since he's a pedophile himself. $6 billion to Iran.
It tasted like shit, but it smelled good.
$6 billion to Iran. That's the world's largest sponsor of terrorism, that gave the funding to Hamas, that allowed them to go into the borders, go across from Gaza into Israel and slaughter 1,400 Jews on October 7th. Most vacations taken and weaponized the DOJ. So that's a pretty good timeline of Biden during his 50 years in politics.
Fucking nails it, and then want to put a fucking nail in my head.
Pretty good stuff right there.
So I found this. I don't know if this is exactly where I was going, but our boy and Dan's favorite. Prime 99.
Got assaulted recently by a trans person for Palestine when he went in to sort of talk to these people in these university encampments. We actually have a little clip of that. Let's take a little look.
Can anybody tell me about, do they do any pride parades? Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, what are you going to do about it? You guys are all idiots. You guys are transgenders, but you guys aren't even allowed to be in Palestine. I know,
Oh my God.
Are they beating them up?
Yeah.
People are dangerous, man.
Now, Alex, I mean, that, we can kind of laugh about it, but that looks serious. So tell us that whole day, how did you come to be there? What were they saying? What on earth was going on?
Well, that was at the University of Texas in Austin, Texas, one of the most liberal cities. And I just went there to kind of go check it out because the day before, that's when the National Guard had to come in and they arrested a bunch of students. But really, it's not even all students. I think of the 200 people they arrested, just a small minority were actually students. But so I went there to kind of cover it. And immediately I had my phone out. They're hitting my phone. They tackled me from the back. I had to push a guy off me. So they want the heat. And Daisy, I hate to try to scare people. I don't ever want to sell fear. That's like the worst thing. We should never live in fear. But something, even Christopher Wray said this, the leader of the director of the FBI, he said there's going to be a casualty event. Somebody's going to die at one of these things. And I'm lucky. I know I joke about it. I know I'm trying to have a jovial, aspect of it, or I'm trying to make light of it because that's how I use humor to, I guess, get my message across. But it's not going to be very humorous when something happens. And I don't think it's going to be a student. I'm almost sympathetic to the students. It's to the 40-year-olds and the 50-year-old protesters that aren't, associated with the university that are there for one reason, and one reason is to start drama. So something bad's going to happen. I hope and pray it doesn't, but I'm not going to be surprised when it does.
Fucking shit. I fucking love that guy. He does.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He does all kinds of fucking shit.
I love it when he goes in front of the city council and does his 2 minutes
when he does when he did Gay for Palestine, but then when he did they were trying to outlaw like rap music or some shit. He's done all kinds of stupid shit. To me, it's just humorous. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's wrong, but the fact that he almost got his ass beat is probably not. It's a little bit disconcerting. I would assume.
Yeah, I know. I like that guy a lot. He's all
very
clever.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I think he performs an important service, and you see the way these people acted when he was just, exercising his First Amendment right.
Yeah,
and of course, in a lot of college campuses we can't have that anymore.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
Yeah,
not allowed to do that.
So the Center for Immigration Studies has put out its findings in a new report on the largest 2-year increase ever recorded for foreign-born population living in the United States. Half, 54% are not paying their own way. They don't have jobs. This is about 2,754,000 people that the Center for Immigration Studies stresses those numbers, both legal and illegal, aren't working. And if they're not working, how are they surviving? Well, they're surviving because our tax dollars.
You and I.
I mean, there's no way that this should be allowed to continue. You got all these people here, legal and illegal, and 54, what's more than half,
right,
don't even have jobs. I mean, what a bunch of crap.
Yeah, because I
don't know how we can allow this to continue.
Because they come here and then they demand what they need. We need health care. We need food stamps, whatever. We can't even do that for our own fucking veterans that are sick, homeless. We don't even take care of our own fucking people. Let's start there. Let's clean up our fucking house first before we start helping everybody else. I'm all about helping to a point, but we don't even take care of our own fucking people. It's ridiculous. And it pisses me off. And we can be divided on political things, just you like this, I like that. Okay, that's fine. But we can find a middle ground. But when we're not taking care of our own fucking people and then we're allowing all of these others to come in, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. So
yeah. And then they go on to talk about these people, they may technically be unemployed, but you've got both legal and illegal migrants here who are on welfare. But they say what's missing in the CIS report is that these millions of newcomers, I love how the government calls them newcomers now, They are working in retail theft rings in New York City and Los Angeles, staffing the robbery crews of California mansions and managing burglary tourism. So you've got these people that they go around, and I've seen video out of Texas and some other places.
We just saw the one in New York where the cop guy's ass beaten and guy gets off.
Yeah, and they're going around, stealing stuff out of people's houses. They're employed as moped thieves in Manhattan. They're human traffickers, pimps, prostitutes, drug dealers, and apparently many of them are getting paid to agitate on college campuses in support of Muslim terrorists in the Middle East. So this is a major problem, and you never hear anyone talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but I mean, this is a major problem, and so it just every time I see it, it just bugs the hell out of me.
I mean, all we can hope for is, with the fucking sham fucking trial in New York right now with Trump, we talked about it, bringing 100,000 people into a fucking red state.
Did you see that video, man?
Or a blue state, I mean.
In New Jersey from the past weekend? Yeah, it was
fucking
unbelievable.
Crazy. But to be able to garner that type of support on a weekend because he's not allowed to fucking do it, during the week because he has to be in court. He was just here Wednesday. I didn't realize the courts were closed in New York on Wednesdays. I don't know why, but he had a free day, but he was here for a private fundraiser.
Yeah.
And just like any other president or candidate, fuck traffic up and fucked a whole lot of shit up.
That's what happens.
But I heard like $50,000 a plate.
50 grand a plate.
Fucking crazy.
Joe Biden had one in California that was 250 grand a plate.
It was awesome for the 4 people that showed up.
Probably about what it was.
But no, we'll figure it out in November, I guess.
Well, we get the debates now. Did you say when I saw that video?
I didn't
Joe
pull
Biden,
the restrictions. I was going to pull the restrictions up, and I meant to, and I forgot.
When I saw that video of Joe
fucking
Biden,
the dog today.
I saw that. That was a couple of days ago in the morning, and I saw that video, and I was thinking, this is AI. I'm thinking this is fake, and then it starts getting reported on Fox News, and then CNN's talking about it, and I'm thinking, well, maybe it's not fake, and it turns out it was real. And I think it was a calculated gamble by the Biden campaign that Trump would him and haw around and say, well, we got to do this, we got to do that. And because Trump in his campaign, and when he was there in New Jersey, he's got a podium up there a few feet away from the one he stands at. And it says anywhere, anytime, any place. And he says, I put that there for Joe Biden in case he wants to debate. So the Biden campaign comes out of the blue and says, let's debate. And Trump says, okay. He did it. So I think that I think in a way that kind of put the ball back in their court. And so they're going to debate on June 27th and September 10th. And so that'll be mandatory television viewing.
So
when those things happen,
I was trying to pull this, and I'm not going to go through and try to get the blurb, but I'm sure everybody heard about when that fucking idiot make my day, pal.
Yeah.
Guess what? You're not fucking Clint Eastwood, so shut the fuck up. Stop. And he was like, I heard you're available on Wednesdays.
Yeah, that's a dick move.
Fucking, you're a moron. You're a moron. Yes, he is available on Wednesdays. He's available any other in the evenings. Court shuts down at 5:00. He'll do it at 7. He doesn't give a shit. But you come out like trying to be this fucking bad. And if you look at that
I think
video,
Joe Biden's at his best after 7:00.
If you look at the video, how much it's cut. Like it's cut and like put back together. They edited a ton of shit out.
In the TV business, we call those jump cuts.
Cuts. Yes, that's what
those are called. And I don't know if that was done in haste or or maybe that was.
He's probably saying dumb shit. He's like, "Ooh, I like tapioca pudding at 7."
Yeah, but he couldn't talk. I mean, out of 14 seconds of video, you've got 5 jump cuts, which means that he couldn't speak for more than 3 or 4 seconds without needing an edit in the video. So I don't know if that was a way to try and get some street cred, because all the videos on the different social media these days all kind of have that jumpiness to them and those quick edits and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I don't know if he's trying to appeal to younger people by having the video come out like that, or if it was done out of necessity. But TV quality wise, it was not very good.
It was fucking terrible. All right, so we have no live audience, one of the restrictions from the Biden. This is all coming from the Biden camp. No live audience. I don't like it, but I could deal with that. No RFK Jr. or any other third-party candidate. Yeah. Robert Kennedy, you're not allowed to be here. Sorry. Your invitation has been deleted. What was the other one? Limited news outlets. This one I didn't quite understand. So Biden demands a limit of the number of major news outlets that can host a 2024 debate. It should be hosted by a broadcast organization that hosted a Republican primary debate in 2016, in which Donald participated, and Democratic primary debate in 2020, which Biden participated. Okay. So who do you think that would be, Dan? You being a more media guy than me.
Well, I mean, it's going to be, the debates are going to be on CNN. The first one's on CNN, and then the other one is on on ABC.
So they're going to flip flop.
But what they did not allow is they did not want other networks to be able to. So CNN would carry that debate, and then they would put it on a feed where the other networks could pick it up, and
piggyback,
and play it if they wanted to. Biden campaign doesn't want that. So it's the end of June, schools are out, families are on vacation. Television typically does not have sweeps in June. There's a July sweeps, but for the most part, TV stations don't really do anything special for that, because your viewing habits. Think about it. Your viewing habits for TV change a lot in the summertime.
Oh yeah, everything adapts.
It's daylight longer. Families are on different schedules, especially with the kids being out of school, that sort of thing. So the viewership, I mean, CNN is going to get a big bump in viewership when this debate happens, but it's not going to be like everyone in the country is going to watch this on what is that, a Thursday night or a Wednesday night? There's not going to be
I think
mega huge audience.
I think you'll see a big audience.
I mean, it'll be big by
just because of all the
it'll be
turmoil.
Big for CNN, but it's going to be, and I think it's going to be done early enough before the convention that if Biden falls flat on his face, then they'll be able to spin it or have it go down the memory hole.
Right. Another restriction. I agree with this one. I think it should have been this way all the time, as candidate mics must mute after time expires, because you do hear so much over talking. To me, that frustrates me.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you have to say, but then guess what? Your time's done. Let them rebuttal. Like I'm fair about it. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to give you time to answer. So that one I'm okay with. But some of the whole, like,
how much you want to bet though that who's ever operating the microphones when Trump's mic gets turned off or gets muted, that it might stay muted maybe just a little bit longer than it should.
Right. Oh, I guarantee it. I absolutely.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. A little late on the switch there.
My bad.
I know we didn't get to hear 5 or 10 seconds of what he had to say, but I know it didn't happen for Biden. It happened for Trump a few times. I'm making a prediction that we'll see something like that.
I think I don't think you're wrong at all. I'm gonna talk real quick about our friends at Engraved in USA.
Yes,
they're gonna make our shirts. I'm gonna make.
Oh, and then I saw our buddy Bronson Arroyo last night.
Yeah,
and he commented on, we gave him a gift from our friends at Engraved in USA when he did our show, and he commented on how beautiful. What did we give him? A coffee mug or a mug with his name on it, or what did we give him?
He got a mug and a lighter.
Yeah,
a cigar lighter.
Yeah, but he talked about how he loves those things.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, he remembered that from being on our podcast.
I didn't get a chance to talk to him. It's unfortunate. Our friends in Engraved in USA, our buddy Rich, who I want to send a congrats out. He is graduating college on Sunday, going to get his degree.
Good for him.
So very
Outstanding.
very happy for him. But Rich, who is our contact with Engraved in USA, in business for over 25 years, engraving your business awards, promotional, employee, and customer brewery drinkware, golf outing accessories, promotional, and recognition items. If you're a smaller global company, we have the team that can design and produce quality items to enhance your business. Call the team of Tanya, Tammy, Tim, or Rich, 513-682-2557. Shit, I forget to grab my beer. And say 100%.
Oh, there we go.
To get the best personal touch from our friends at Engraved in USA. Yeah, huge congrats to Rich, man. That's awesome. That's a big accomplishment. Happy for him. Hopefully he doesn't fall down while he's going to go get his diploma. Hopefully he knows which way to put the hat on.
Well, they only go on one way, don't they?
Rich, we love you. Yeah, I don't have one, so I don't know. I wouldn't know that. I don't have a degree. I have no idea. I'm just a dumb fireman.
Yeah. And then what about the kicker for Kansas City?
Oh.
He's at a Catholic institution.
I was wondering whether you were going to bring this up. Jill and I sat and watched the speech. I'm going to let you start.
No, I
want your opinion.
But he's talking. He was talking about how he found fulfillment in his own life, and that is by getting married, having kids, having a family. Doing those sorts of things, and he essentially he talked about the importance. And I know he did take a shot at Biden about how Biden was at an abortion clinic and then makes a sign of the cross while he's proclaiming his Catholicism. But this guy is under attack now, and I was really disappointed to see that the Chiefs essentially distanced themselves from his remarks by saying, well, he was speaking for himself. They really don't reflect the values or the thoughts of the Kansas City Chiefs organization.
So,
but I mean, for God's sake, the guy made a speech, talked about what was important in his own life, and now he's being attacked for it.
I'll be brutally honest, and after we get the recording, hopefully I don't get stabbed when I go upstairs. But no, I mean Jill and I had two different views on it, and but see that's what I like. Even in our own house, we can have two different views, and I will try to understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched. I had not seen the whole speech, so we sat and watched it, and I understand like her stance on it and what she took from it. I feel that I looked a little bit like where he was saying, women should be homemakers. That's what he's getting blasted about. Women should be homemakers. Essentially, and I'm going to paraphrase, and this is a Kieferism, women should be in the kitchen, the bedroom, and raise the kids. That's the way the twist was put on it. When I listened to it in its entirety, he was applauding his wife the way I took it. Now, she took it a different way, and I think the way most of the mainstream media took it, and the Chiefs and whoever, I didn't see it the same way. I saw his vision was a lot deeper than what was at what just at the surface of women should just be homemakers. I mean, he's not talking like a 1950s Ward Cleaver. I need dinner on the table by 5. He was talking about spirituality and having that feeling and emotion with having a family. And that, I mean, it's the way I took it, but again, we can agree to disagree all the time. And she said, well, Jill just said, I'm not violent in the slightest. So that's crazy talk. I love you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't stab me tonight.
I think I just heard a rack on that 45 up there. Yeah. Be all right.
No, we just agreed. I heard it different than she did.
Yeah. Well, and my take on that is that he considered himself fortunate that he has he's in the position he's in where he earns a lot of money. She doesn't have to work outside the house, but this is how they found fulfillment in their own lives. And he was telling them that, going out and pursuing a career and having a job is all that is that's great, but you can also find fulfillment and meaning in your life by doing these other things. And in the end, I think that he was saying that, these are going to be the things that are going to matter most to you later in life. And we need to consider this as a way to sort of, fill that void of emptiness that I think so many young people experience these days.
Yeah. So
that's how I was looking at it.
Yeah. So Jill comment, he clearly loves and respects his wife, but he essentially said that while some women may have successful careers, he said most women will be more excited by getting married and having kids. Okay. I don't see where that's wrong. And then David J said he was saying family is more important than the job you do. Being at, was it Benedictine College, a religious institution. Well, Harrison Bucker, for one, just the name, Harrison Bucker, you're not going to, just like Scotty Scheffler, you're not going to expect a whole lot of nefarious shit just with the name. I'm just going off the name. But he's a subdued, very, very wealthy athlete doing a commencement speech and then gets fucked. He's getting raked over the fucking coals because people have their different views of how they want to interpret that.
Yeah. But
and I get it, and that's fine, and that's good. I perceived it differently than she did. You and I perceived it, I think, the same way.
I don't get the sense though that he's that he's sweating being under attack the way he is. I think he's got the background and the wherewithal to deal with whatever people are saying about him, and I don't think he's worried about it all that much to begin with. So, I mean, I haven't seen him say anything in response.
No, I haven't heard any response. I've actually been looking for it because, I mean, we sat the other day and watched like the whole speech.
Yeah,
I thought it was a good speech.
But again, it's a free country. If you want to criticize him, go ahead. But if you're going to criticize him, then you open yourself up to criticism.
But the fact that the Chiefs kind of backstepped a little bit.
Yeah, that was disappointing. That was very disappointing.
Just don't say anything. Don't say anything. He's doing it on his off time, so don't say anything. That's the thing. You don't have to get in front of something if you're not involved in it.
If they wanted to make a statement, they should have said something about we support his First Amendment rights to say anything he wants to say, and that should have been the end of the statement.
Right.
That's what I would have done. I wouldn't have said, well, it doesn't reflect our views, doesn't reflect our thinking, doesn't reflect, the position of the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm actually kind of glad, at least at this point, let a few days go through with him not responding.
Yeah,
just
be fine.
Just let it happen.
All right, we made it through another broadcast day.
Oh, we did it
here at the Illegal Shift Studio.
We definitely did it.
So hit the like button, subscribe, download, tell your friends, tell your neighbors.
Tell all
about the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast.
Tell all the gutter people that come to your house to subscribe because we got 2 more subscribers from the gutter people. Literally, that factually happened.
I'm thinking, who you calling a gutter person?
No, the gutter people that were.
I know the gutter people. Yeah,
giving us estimates. We got 2 more subscribers.
I was like, we got people in the gutter watching the show.
They're like, you do a podcast? Oh, what is it? Hold on. I said, well, it might get you a sale if you subscribe.
And we told a lot of people about the podcast last night.
Yep,
at the big Dan Varner event.
Pushed it out.
How about that one? I said, I'll bet there's a lot of people standing out here right now that I said, raise your hand if Dan Varner has gone the extra mile for you. And you see all the hands that went up. I mean, that's what a good guy that guy is. Really is.
And you did troll One More and I'm Out of Here in there a bunch. I liked. You just floated in there. Our podcast, One More and I'm Out of Here. One more. You did great.
Put it out there a few times.
You did great on stage. It was awesome.
Thank you. It was fun.
Very proud of you.
And being up there with our buddy Solomon Wilcots was fun too.
I was talking to him. We're gonna get him on soon. So
good deal.
Dano, I'll let you continue your Friday. I gotta shave and get ready for work tomorrow, unfortunately.
Very nice. My wife is working until about 8 o'clock, and we're gonna go get something to eat.
Let me know where you go. We may join you.
She doesn't want to go to Butterbees.
It's okay.
So that.
But Dan, just remember this. I love you.